Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Minnesota Vikings.
Keep playing hard. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day on this. It's going to be a long day. Check 26, check 26.
First down. Here's Cousins. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins. And he rifles one incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And oh, it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, remember. Does the big boy have the juice? The 40. But he is finally run down. Would have been 2 if he'd made it all the way, but instead, simply a missed extra point.
We have seen some exciting returns of blocked extra points. This one doesn't quite get into that level, but there had to be an anxious moment after it was blocked, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think sometimes they still forget on both sides when that block comes on a PAT that you can return it for 2. He got it across midfield there, just not close to the end zone.
Yeah, you noted that moment of hesitancy, didn't you? You know, it's blocked. It's like, oh, yeah, that's right. It can be returned, and which means you have to get back and tackle him, too.
Cousins on 1st down. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And he lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Room here to run. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. A huge play that time for the Colts. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Hauschka with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. From the 44, Cousins. He's got it complete. Derrick Henry.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And finding Keelan Cole. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A first down carry for Henry. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. 58, 58, 58, Mike. So don't say nothing. Hey, Delta. 58 is Mike.
Play action now. Cousins. And a throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's get it together.
They go play action with Brissett. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. Brissett now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Mack. And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Brissett. And he's got his tight end. That's Ebron, and it's a Colt touchdown. Eric Ebron, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Hauschka adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check girls, check girls, check girls.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Cousins now. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
Slam, slam, slam. Tighten up, tighten up. 300. Shift! Watch the shift!
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive. But with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Hey, hold on. I got it. What's tight? Tight end right. What's tight? Tight end right. Hey, we got 4. Got 4 now.
Out of the gun, Brissett. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the gun, here's Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Xavier Rhodes sprints in on the corner blitz for the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll run it. It's Mack. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. They'll run the screen with Mack. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Diggs has it. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. Cousins now 6 of 17 throwing the ball. Only 35%. But he does have a 1st and 10. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, I couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Cousins. They'll find Miller. That's complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 42. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Justin Houston, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Cousins. sideline. He caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Clark. 58, right over there.
Hey, 5-7. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
58's the money.
To throw is Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
A first down throw for Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football. And sometimes
he's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Lamar Miller in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. This one complete to Devin Funchess. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From just shy of midfield, Brissett. He's going to go deep for Funchess. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away, now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Following the interception, Cousins. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll try the right side with Henry. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
Yeah. Hey, Alpha.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 21 yards there on 3rd down. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Eluding the pressure right. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, D. Put up.
Play fake. Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now it's a quarter. And got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, his 19th touchdown now of the season. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. They'll try and run away with Henry. And they'll find his teammate for 2. Back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Following touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. We take it to the back of the end zone. And from back there, he'll just sit on this one and come out to the 25. The Colts get a line ready to start their next drive. And for them to attempt their last go around, probably doesn't hope he'll do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start taking things like, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that's what worked. But you have to be prepared for rigorous encounters because you know they'll make some adjustments. They're going to
get this play out behind the line. We have not seen that today. Call it also 2 on the play. And it'll be second and 12. They'll go again here with Matt. And he gets him just shy of the 40. They're down to 39. 16 yards to go there. They call it a first down. On first down, Matt. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain. He's hitting 2. Second down, here's the runner, Matt. And for one of the few times here today, that's not going to go anywhere. There's nothing but a lot of second. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. He used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and said, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry the ball more times, so make sure you keep getting shape.
60 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. You're going to blitz. Likely going to get man covered as this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has a receiver, if you blitz against him and man coverage, you're moving to him. Even if he has a defender behind him, because he usually knows where the ball is, he'll look at your guys.
And this time they will be waiting for the pitch. It's Xavier Rhodes there in the stop. Looking to throw on second down. With the snap, complete hit. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That would be about 24 yards. It's a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Mack. And that may be short of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him back on the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that guy is the privilege of just a defense filing with a win. Yeah, they probably got him. That's a win for them. He's in those. It's been huge for him. Escape, and he goes down. As it's now heard 10 seconds of the season. Individuals just down. They'll put it to tackle on somebody running back and put it down. And clean right back and get the sack. And now they're looking 19 yards here, third down. Follow continue taking the play. This is that. And they'll get to the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Eric Ebron with the second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Colts, they have on their advantage. They have the lead for it, but still have to kick. Finally, the big target to the touchdown and lead. Everybody has to join in. That just be the consistent catching touchdown passes. The tight end just has to do it. He gets the chance to get in the end zone as well. This was like a forward score. This one's taken from the system. Starting field position. They'll get this ball at the 35-yard line. Ball to the 55 now as they kick off on first and 10. Cousins. And his throw here is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions for it. He's really good at running ringer, hasn't he? And what we've seen is a defense well coordinated. The front and the back really insane.
putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and taking passes off.
Good throw. He's got to get the football out there from the 6-yard line. Just a little bit of a stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks.
I know the easy thing to go back to mechanics or things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting ruled by what he's seeing on defense? Has that scouting report changed or something different than what he expected for the second week in a row? He's one of the guys out on the roller shirt.
He better figure it out. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Indianapolis moving the chains to the gain of 12.
To my eyes, you see him getting stronger as this game moves along.
First seems just as good here. The fourth was way back that first touchdown.
I do believe he's someone a lot of time in the offseason to continue his condition during the season in order to continue to get the ball.
On first down, let's stay with Mack on the ground. And he gets it to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
They want to keep this clock rolling. So that's that one right there. They want to keep them the onus on the big fellas on the front.
On second down now, it's Mack. And he is back quickly into the backfield. And down he goes. The one chair.
Situation up in the fourth quarter. They're going to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. And now they need to repeat that.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take.
Can't make the catch. Just a 5-yard cut. What
are your plans? Let's Coach Spencer now. One of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They get it first down.
Yeah, they be cautious with that lead here in the second half. So it's 3 points, and that extends this thing out even further here for them.
And you know this week you can have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and how they'll bounce back from there.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, you're a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive. You just throw that out the window.
I think that there's a way you can run back out there. Talk a little bit about just going to be the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run into any offense.
So one attack. See how they attack them here. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Cousins on first down. And caught by Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Now from Colts territory, here's a first and 10 at the 46. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Double tight. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down, 3 down.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 24. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
That's good for 28 yards. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And my goodness, another interception. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Play action now. Brissett. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Colts, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they suffered just their 2nd loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.